In the heart of an ancient kingdom, under a sun that blessed the land with gold, a name echoed through the halls of power and the whispers of the people: Solomon. His reign began like a magnificent dawn, a symphony of wisdom, wealth, and divine favor. The world had never seen a king like him. He was the architect of wonders, the judge of impossible disputes, the poet whose words captured the very essence of life. He built a temple so grand it was said to be a jewel on the finger of Jerusalem, a testament to his devotion and the prosperity of his kingdom. Imagine a young king standing before the divine, not asking for riches or power, but for a single precious gift: an understanding heart. This prayer, humble and pure, was answered beyond measure. Solomon's wisdom became legendary. From the far corners of the earth, rulers and scholars, including the famed Queen of Sheba, journeyed to witness his intellect, bringing with them treasures of untold value. They came to listen, to learn, and to marvel at a mind that could unravel the deepest mysteries of nature and human hearts. His court was a dazzling spectacle of gold, ivory, and exotic goods, a testament to a kingdom at the zenith of its glory. Under his rule, Israel experienced an unprecedented era of peace and prosperity. The people lived securely, each under their own vine and fig tree, a poetic image of perfect contentment. But every great story has its turning point, a moment when the light begins to fade and shadows lengthen. For Solomon, this change did not come like a thunderstorm, but like a slow, creeping dusk. The very thing that symbolized his global influence, his alliances with foreign nations, became the seed of his undoing. To seal these political bonds, Solomon took many foreign wives, princesses from neighboring kingdoms. Each arrived not just with her retinue and riches, but with her own culture, traditions, and beliefs. Slowly, subtly, the spiritual fabric of the kingdom began to fray. To please his wives, Solomon, the man who had built the grandest temple to the one God, began to erect altars to other deities on the hills surrounding his holy city. It was a compromise born of affection, a political move to maintain peace, but it was a step away from the path he had once walked with such clarity. The wisdom that could solve any riddle seemed unable to solve the one brewing within his own heart. His focus, once singular and devoted, became divided. The understanding heart he had prayed for was now pulled in 1,000 different directions. The consequences were not immediate, but they were inevitable. The unity of the kingdom began to show cracks. Whispers of discontent, once unthinkable, started to surface. The heavy taxes required to fund his grand building projects and lavish lifestyle began to weigh on the people. The idyllic picture of peace and security started to blur. Adversaries, long dormant, began to stir on the kingdom's borders. It was as if the divine protection that had been a shield around his kingdom was slowly being lowered. The very foundation of his reign, built on wisdom and divine blessing, was being eroded by his own actions. As Solomon aged, the weight of his choices pressed heavily upon him. The man who had everything, wisdom, wealth, power, and fame, found himself confronting a profound emptiness. The vibrant king who wrote thousands of proverbs and songs now looked upon his life as work and saw vanity, a chasing after the wind. This is the Solomon we meet in the book of Ecclesiastes, a man grappling with the twilight of his life, searching for meaning in a world he had seemingly conquered. His words are no longer those of a triumphant king, but of a weary traveler nearing the end of a long, complicated journey. He writes of the futility of chasing pleasure, the fleeting nature of wealth, and the emptiness of worldly wisdom when it's detached from its divine source. It's a raw, honest, and deeply personal reflection. He had tasted every fruit the world had to offer, yet he found himself spiritually famished. The man who could advise queens and nobles struggled to find peace in his own soul. This was his final testament, not a record of his glory, but a cautionary tale, a lesson learned at the highest possible cost. He had gained the world, but had come perilously close to losing his way. In his final days, surrounded by the fading magnificence of his court, one can imagine Solomon looking back, not with the pride of a builder, but with the regret of a man who understood his missteps all too clearly. The untold secrets of his last breath are not about hidden treasures or lost artifacts. They are the secrets of the heart, the quiet admission of failure, the yearning for a return to simpler faith, the painful understanding that the greatest wisdom is not in knowing everything, but in holding fast to what is truly important. The tragedy of Solomon is not that he failed, but that he was a man of such immense potential who strayed from his own brilliant light. His story is a powerful, timeless drama. It's a movie that plays out in the theater of human history, reminding us that no amount of success or intelligence can replace integrity and devotion. It's a poignant lesson that true wisdom isn't just about knowledge. It's about the choices we make, the loyalties we keep, and the foundation upon which we build our lives. The sun set on Solomon's reign, and with his passing, the golden age ended. The kingdom, once a symbol of unity and strength, fractured, just as had been foretold. The northern tribes broke away, and the nation was plunged into a civil conflict that would define its future for centuries. The glorious empire Solomon had built proved as fragile as the human heart that had conceived it. His legacy is therefore a dual one, a shining example of wisdom and glory, and a somber warning of how easily it can all be lost. It's a story that continues to resonate, a mirror reflecting our own struggles between ambition and faith, between the allure of the world and the quiet call of the spirit. Thank you for joining us on this journey back in time. If you were moved by the dramatic story of King Solomon, please like this video, share it with someone who loves history, and subscribe to our channel for more tales that shaped our world. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious.